Well, good evening to everyone, and thank you so much for joining me and setting aside a time for CK. Hi there. I think I see Miss White already. Welcome in, welcome in. I thank you. Um I'm not even gonna try to explain it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to try to explain it. I'm just going to try to do what we do. And that's it. Keep it going. So I appreciate everyone coming in. Hello, hello, hello to all those that are taking time to come into the live and those that are going to catch this a little later. We say a little later. Welcome in. I thank you for joining me at this time. Welcome to the victory moment with CK. I am the host of this amazing show. I am CK, your author, your speaker, your owner and CEO of KM Travels, or King Miracle Travels. So I thank you so much again for taking time and catching me live, and those that are that's gonna catch me a little later. Listen, today's show is very interesting. I just want to talk about, think about all that you are instead of all that you're not. Can I say it one more time? I need you to think about all that you are and not all that you're not. All that you are and not all that you're not. And I want to share, I'm going to have a special guest coming in a few moments. Um, because as I've been sharing, and those of you that are connected with me, I've been sharing and talking about um recover and rebuild, and also what we will call the sixth annual Survive and Thrive, in which I will be a speaker. And I would love for those that can to come and support, and those, that connect with me. So I'm gonna let the other person know that they can come, and once they come, I'm gonna let them. We're gonna talk about it, but I want to continue with this real quickly as I get ready to invite them in. And I want to talk about number one: you are a winner because you wake up each day. Just because you wake up. Just because you wake up. Your breath of life makes you a winner. Your breath of life makes you, and I say it like that because we don't want to get sidetracked on because things happen and didn't happen the way we are expecting it to happen, that it doesn't connect, or it doesn't work out. But it does. So that means, oh my God, each day is a new day to begin fresh and to begin anew. But most importantly, is another day that you can win in all that you're doing. That's number one. So you are a winner, because this is big. This is Winning Wednesday. And the bottom line is, you are a winner because when you wake up and make up your mind to win, when you wake up and make up your mind to win, and the positive attitude and the positive mindset, you become a winner already. And number two, I want to talk about you are a survivor. Each day as you move about, you are a survivor. And we want to talk about, again, think about all that you are. And not what you're not. You made it through some major times. If you are listening to me, even if you're just passing me through, if you joined my YouTube channel, if you on my Facebook page, just passing through, you are a survivor. You survived many things. So you're not defeated if you are mentally not keep saying I'm defeated. Don't keep saying I'm defeated. Can I say it again? Don't keep saying I'm defeated. Because once you have a defeated mindset, you're defeated. But you have to have the right attitude and mindset. And we talk about mindset, but like you know, my friend was sharing earlier, and was sharing earlier, when you wake up in the morning, how do you start your day? And that makes a difference. How do you start your day? Do you wake up with a winning mindset? Do you wake up with a survivor's mindset? How do you start your day? And the final thing I want to share, in the other part of it, as I come in real quickly, because my time was far spent, and I promised only like 10 minutes, but I wanted to give you something as we win today, as we continue to grow and move forward in all that we do. So the final thing I want to talk about is you are capable of you are capable if you are willing. You are capable if you are willing. I'm going to say it one more time. You are capable. You are capable. And you have to put that in your mindset. You have to have the attitude of a winner. So you are a winner because you continue to focus and wake up. You are a survivor. But most importantly, you are capable if you are willing. Stop thinking about what you're not. Can I help someone today and help me today? And think about what you are. And my final thought, as I'm about to recap, but I'm going to share and make sure that she comes in. So I'm letting her know so she could come and share with you, because we are talking about rebuilding and recover. And these are some of the more important things, that we really got to focus on, and not so much what we can't do, but focus on what we can do. Focus on the major things. Like I said, as you wake up each day, focus on the major things as you have survived so much. We don't even know half of the things that we survive, that most people survive, because some people share and some people don't even talk about it. But most importantly, you're capable. And as you're capable, you keep going. As you're capable, you keep surviving. As you're capable, you keep moving and pressing forward. And this is what we want to talk about as we move forward. This is what we want to talk about as we keep going. You recover. Don't fall back, but continue to fall forward. And knowing that, again, stop thinking of what you're not and think about what you and who you are. And as my guest comes in, we're going to talk about you being a survivor. It's not just about cancer, but it's about you surviving. We're all survivors. Those of us that went through all that we went through for these almost 3 years and still fighting some things. But we are a survivor. And we're more than just survivor because we keep thriving to go forward and move forward and press forward. And I just wanted to encourage someone today with this, because I know it's been really like out of control. It really has. It's been out of control. It's been out of control. But listen, I'm going to add this, and then we're going to talk about recovery and rebuild. And then we're going to talk about the 6th annual Survive and Thrive. And it's not just because I'm speaking or I desire, we will, desire to speak. It is because there's so many things we're surviving and moving forward from. So it's not just about cancer recovery. It's not just about it building, but it's also about us moving forward. Keeping going and not giving up at this point. There's a lot that's happening now and continues to happen. And we've faced a lot. But guess what? We're survivors. And that's what we want to talk about. Because, like, my sis Shannon always says, it's not just about surviving cancer. There's so many things we're surviving. Who would have thought we would have been in a pandemic for almost 3 years already? Who would have thought all the people that did not make it through? How do we, and we had to still go on. How do we make it through for those that did not survive cancer physically? And they're gone. It's so much to it. But I wanted to focus on today. Stop thinking about what you're not, but think about who you are. And I want to welcome and everybody to welcome, and if y'all haven't seen us connected, y'all should know we connected by now. Shannon Griffin. And I'm going to let her introduce herself before we start talking, and briefly introduce and say what you do, who you serve, and why. You know what I mean? And why cancer recovery or survive and thrive. I should say not cancer, but survive and thrive. So welcome, Shannon. Thank you for popping in, because I know we're just doing a quick pop in to share, and we're going to leave the links and information for you. Please join us and help someone along the journey, because you may not be going through it. And you might not even have a family member going through it. But let me tell you something. You never know when it's going to, or whether it will come to your doorstep. And you will need that support. And you will need that person to connect with you, to help you along the journey. So welcome, Shannon, my sis, my friend. Welcome. And thank you for joining me as we connect, with Survive and Thrive. And now we're doing something else, something else is being done called Rebuild and Recover and Rebuild. So I'm gonna let Shannon say something real quick, start talking real quickly, and then we're just gonna connect with the next step.
All right.
Welcome again, Shannon.
So thank you for having me. It is great to be here. And as Elder Carmen said, yes, we'll be celebrating 6 years of Survive and Thrive, October 15th. This year it's going to be virtual again, just to kind of close this out. As she stated that, just 3 years of doing Survive and Thrive virtually during this pandemic, it's just been very crazy. And it's just been a lot of isolation anyway. So cancer itself will bring on isolation, and then with the pandemic it just makes things really worse. But we are definitely celebrating, and as you mentioned, we do have a a workshop that we're going to be doing that's called Recover and Rebuild, and it has a lot to do with recovery, of course, and then on the rebuilding side of things, of how to thrive. So that's kind of like where we're going to be going with it. And as you said, I'm glad to be here and to be able to share that with you guys. Again, I'm Shannon. I am the founder of Survive and Thrive, My Bright Idea, and then For Humanities, co-founder of that. So as you guys know me for doing t-shirts and talking about t-shirts, and having and helping you with bright ideas. And so yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, and let's chat about the Recover and Rebuild.
So
Let's talk about that, because
okay.
you said it's a workshop, and we know it's a workshop. And why do this is one of the main questions I'm going to ask, for those that are coming in and may listen to the replay, or maybe here right now, why would they want to connect with Recover and Rebuild?
Well, the good thing is that recover and rebuild is definitely both positives. So, as we all know, it was really coming and stemming from burnout. And a young lady that's going to be speaking, her name is Adrienne, and she has a business that's called Rebuild. And supporting her with her business and helping her develop, I understand where her mission and where she's coming from, and from her own journey. And as Survive and Thrive is all about recovery. So one time she was talking about burnout, and it was like that is just exactly what's going on with people dealing with burnout from the pandemic, dealing with burnout, dealing with cancer recovery and the whole treatment, and then dealing with the pandemic and still going through treatment. So believe it, just because COVID was there, is here, it's like cancer is still going, and it was still there during that time. So not only were people burnt out from the fact of what they had to deal with, the isolation, but again, having to be isolated anyway because you're going through chemo, so your immune system is very vulnerable. And so we
Wow.
came up with, of course, I came up with Recover and Rebuild, because when recovery, you're dealing with, usually it's from, some type of hurt, damage, or something that's, kind of torn up, or, and you're recovering from it. So usually if you get a surgery, you are in recovery. When you have a baby, you are in recovery. You have something that has been done or happened that is totally astronomical, totally with within the means of non-normalness, and that's a word, but it's just that it's something that your body is recovering. So it needs time to rest. It needs times to heal. It needs things for it to be able to get it in that healing mode. And then when we look at the fact of rebuilding, once you have rebuilt, you have recovered from something, usually you go into rehabilitation. You go into rehabilitation and you're working on building and rebuilding your strength. and rebuilding things. And you usually are going to have tools, you're going to have a plan, you're going to have resources that are there to be able to support you to rebuild a stronger foundation. So, our goal with this is to be able to help people in recovery who are dealing with burnout, who are dealing with like self-sabotaging behavior and not really know that that's what they're doing. Whenever you are dealing with where you keep putting things off and you're not doing what it is that you know you should do, yeah, self-sabotaging. You already know what's going to happen. You know what's not going to happen. So it's not like we don't know. So that's, and then when we wonder like, oh, I haven't made it or haven't done this or this isn't happening because of some of the behaviors that we've dealt with, the anxiety of burnout, the, low self-esteem and those things. So recover and rebuild is all about that and how we can help, business owners, individuals rebuild on a stronger foundation.
And what's interesting is when you talk about that self-sabotage,
Mm-hmm.
and this is basically what I'm talking about when I talk about stop, don't think about, I shouldn't say stop, but just don't think about what you're not. Think about what you are. Because that's all part of self-sabotage. Because you're thinking about what you're not. Oh, I was trying to be this and I'm not. I was doing this, but it didn't work out. But now understand, like you said, in the midst of everything going on, there's a recovery. And then you have to rebuild. So join us on this journey because I don't think you'll be disappointed. And it's an economical minor course, and I say minor because I know this is definitely not a lot, but the things I've connected to and the things when the other things, and for $10 you can really get a lot of information. So we're going to talk about, so join us on the 27th. You literally have up, I think, until the day before. And not only that, this is, I always never say it right. COC01. What is it again, Shannon? The a CO153. Always mix it up.
Right.
Right.
We are a nonprofit. So Survivors is a
Nonprofit, right.
nonprofit organization. It's a 501c3, which is makes
501.
it so there's tax exempt. And so when you're giving, if, as a donor or sponsor, primarily donors are folks that are donating. Sponsors are folks who are sponsoring, like NFL gets sponsors. So you don't have to be a nonprofit to have a sponsor. But as donors, your gifts of what you give is the percentage of tax deductible for your taxes. But we're doing this to raise funds for cancer survivors, and our goal is to be able to raise $20,000 so that we can support cancer survivors with their, their recovery, and that's what our goal is to do.
And you can move right into the Surviving 6 Annual Survive and Thrive. I'm going to start up like this. I've been a part of it for at least since the beginning. And it's always amazes me of how much we get out of it each year. Because we do things a little differently. I'm part of the team that works behind the scene to make sure that those that are coming, especially if you are a cancer survivor, but again, we're saying it's not just cancer survivors. We're focused on that, but we want you to come because there's so many things we're surviving from. And it connects. And Shannon's going to share the theme up to this year. And just come and join us. And this is also, again, economical cost of, a minimal cost of $10. And even if you're not going to be able to come, You could still be a donor. I'm gonna let Shannon talk about all that so she could say it correctly, correctly in reference to that. But that's what it is. And I mean, I'm gonna say this: we spend $10 on a lot of things that I'm not gonna say we don't need or whatever, but we spend $10. So it's not something that this is something major that $10 can go a long way for. So I'm gonna let Shannon talk about that other part, and that other part of donating, sponsors, and all of that.
Yes. So, as Elder Carmen shared, that Survive and Thrive will be October 15th. The tickets are $10. You can get them on Eventbrite, or you can go to our website, and that's surviveandthrivecr.org. And for Recover and Rebuild, that will be on the 27th of this month. So if you need some support with just kind of getting yourself back on track, being able to, break through burnout and be able to have some, evidence-based types of methodologies, we're going to be going over things that are factual, things that are specific to you. There's not going to be a cookie cutter thing. It's all specific to your situation. So we'll be going over that with you to help you break through that. But for Survive and Thrive, we are looking for speakers. We have 5 speaker spots. It was the intention, and it's all about health and wellness. So as you can see, the young lady in the back, and she's looked like she's caring and health and wellness and on herself. But it's like those are things that we're looking to do, and how can we bring ourselves back to definitely bringing that health and wellness back to ourselves and giving some attention to that to get us through the next several years from now, and just past this year and what's to come. So we definitely look forward to you getting your tickets are available on Eventbrite. They both are $10, and just get your tickets, and we'll love to see you guys.
And don't forget, if you just want to sponsor, if you want to donate, please take the link, donate. You could inbox myself or Shannon Griffin, and listen, and just let's be a support to this major cause. It's a major cause. And again, it's not just about surviving cancer. We focus on that, but there's so much that we've survived and we're thriving from and for. So I asked her to come on because I wanted you to see the face behind who started it, and and letting her express on my platform what we do. And I'm going to share this real quickly, and then her and I are going to let you go. I did not see the effect of cancer until it met in my household, in a sense of directly. My grandmother had passed away from it and all of that. Then all of a sudden now, the one person I would have never thought that it would have attacked was my dad. And then I have an aunt that it severely was diagnosed with cancer. These are things, and it literally personally came into my life with the people that I cared about. And my thing was, what do I do? How do I handle it? How do I not put the person, and I shared this prior, in a grave and they're still surviving? And it was a lot to it. And when I tell you, Survive and Thrive gave me a different perspective. Because when I listened to the stories, when I listened to the survivors, when I listened, it gave me a different perspective. It helped me to understand how to survive in the midst of everything that's going on, even though I didn't have cancer. But, so listen, we're sharing this because all of us need that support. All of us need, especially, we have no idea. I don't know what you're going through. You may not know personally the things I'm going through. So that's why we saying this, that even though you may not have cancer, but you're still surviving through something. Come and join us, support. I'm going to say it again. Come and join us and support. And even if you just want to give a donation, if you just want to click the link and give a donation, you can do that too. And I'm a strong advocate for what this is about, because I've seen how it's changed my perspective and my attitude, how it helped me to survive a time that I had of uncertainty and I had no idea what was going to happen. But I had someone that understood. And sometimes you just need someone that understands. So again, as I close out, thank you, Shannon. Thank you for your support always. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this to light. After you went through all you went through, you're using it to help someone else. So you'll hear more about her and her journey if you come and join us. Come and join us and you'll find out more and how surviving and thriving is a choice. It's a mindset. It's an attitude. Like I shared earlier, don't think about what you're not. Think about who you are. And I'm going to say it last part. You are a winner, a survivor, and you are capable. And if you put those perspectives together, it'll change your life. And I always got to put God in it. God first. And you'll see. Because one thing God reminds us, that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. So don't think about what you're not. Think about what you are. So we appreciate you taking time and joining us, because I know this was a little longer than I expected. But I had to do this because I wanted Shannon for herself to come and y'all to see her, so that y'all will understand as we do this together, as we work, as the team works together. Join us. And as I always close, this is Wednesday, Winning Wednesday, and we are winners. And you are a winner. Again, you are a survivor, and you are capable. So we love you. We thank you again for your time. And those that are going to catch us on the replay, I don't know if you checked it all at the end, because just put I am a survivor. Or even if you just put survivor, we'll know. So we love you. Thank you for coming and joining us on the Recovery and Rebuild. Thank you for joining us on Survive and Thrive. Click the links. We're going to put them in immediately after. Click the links and join us. And those that are cancer survivors, if you connect with either one of us, there's certain things that we'll help you with. If you are a cancer survivor, or you are right now going through the treatments and so forth of cancer. So we'll put that information in the comments, so you can connect. All right. Anything else you want to say, Shannon, before we close out? Because we're gone. Anything else you want to share?
As you said, definitely want you guys to be a part of it. You can be sponsors, you can be virtual vendors. We have 5 spots available. And the great thing about being a virtual vendor is that you get, promotion of your brand on a daily basis up into the event. So it is definitely some benefits and perks to that. That's just being, again, $50 for vendor spots, and we look forward to it. Again, you don't have to be diagnosed with cancer to come to any of the conferences and the workshops we're doing. It's just all about how can we lift you and how can we help you move past burnout and self-sabotaging behaviors so that you can thrive. So looking at your health and wellness and looking at how to overcome some of these things that we've been, holding on to or that have been there since this pandemic. So I'm looking forward, and thank you guys for being here. And of course, thank you for the invite.
You are so welcome. So, as I end off and as I always end off, again, thank you again, everyone, for those that are catching it live, those that are going to, return on the replay. Replay viewers, you truly rock because you don't have to come on. You know what I mean? You take time to return on the live, and I appreciate you. So I'll say this as I always say: have a great rest of your evening, Wednesday evening, your Thursday, and your Friday, and then enjoy and have an amazing weekend. And again, don't think about what you're not. Think about who you are or what you are. So blessings and love as we say good evening and have a good night. And we just continue to thank you for your support in advance as you support the cancer recovery, the survive and thrive. That's what I should say. And the recovery and rebuild. All the information, we will make sure we're going to have the links there for you to connect with us. Okay. And if you have any questions, you could definitely inbox me, and Shannon Griffin is her name. You could inbox us and we will give you any further details or assist you with any further details. But again, let's be a support. Okay, love and hugs to everyone. Take care as as I say, stand up, stand out, and continue to stand strong.